It's cold, and I don't like working in the cold. Well, I don't mind it, but I can't do it as much as I want to when I get too cold. Like my back starts hurting, I start crying real heavy, tears freeze in my face. So I was like, I want to get heat in here. So I bought a Seaberg oil heater, but, or it's an oil stove is what they call it. But I don't have the parts to put a chimney in yet. I'm not going to do it right now. So I decided to dig out my old little Torpedo heater. It's a Queen Bee brand one. Last time I used it, it would backfire really bad. You know, I would turn it on, it would run for a couple minutes, and then it would start going boom, boom, like crazy. Like it would shoot out like 3 or 4 foot fireballs. And I was like, well, this ain't good. Let me turn this off and not use it anymore. So I didn't use it for 4 or 5 years. And then I was like, wait a minute, what's that thing doing? What do I need to do to fix that? So I looked up a couple videos. I'm going to make a video on how to do it too. But basically, it's a misfire. It's a torpedo heater misfire. And I'm going to pull it apart and look at some of the common problems and see if I can figure it out. So I know that this is a really bad angle, but this is the only space I have in my garage that's clear enough for me to kneel down. You know, I've just been neglecting my projects because I work really far away from home and I don't get to spend a lot of time here. I need a bigger screwdriver. Damn it. So I grabbed a pile of little wrenches. I'm not sure what size it's going to be. Not 3/8, 5/16. I'm just going to crack them loose with this and then spin them off with the screwdriver. Now, I don't really know how old this thing is. Look at the paint, I would say, probably from the 80s. Which is right in the wheelhouse of stuff I like messing with. So, let's see what I can do here. It does have fuel in it, some really old diesel fuel. I'm not sure if it's diesel fuel or kerosene. I guess I can take a look in there and figure that out. But for now, we just need to get the cover off and figure out if the fuel line is torn. If the fuel line's torn, this is going to be a short video, and I'm going to be warm and working on my neon for the first time since 2015. Actually, probably 2014. Well, come with me. So there's a mouse nest in here, which I was not expecting. It's also got a spark plug. I was not expecting that. And it looks like I might just have to take the whole top of this contraption off to get a look underneath there. Dang it, I really just wanted to spin that off. Yeah, probably could have went and got my socket set out of the car, but it's not in here, and I am, so this is winning out for sure. Make sure these screws don't get too mixed up, but if they're the same, I guess it doesn't really matter. Come on, nerd. Let's see. Oh, there. Whoa, that went away. Screws that hold the bottom up, or hold this piece to this piece, are a lot shorter than the screws the other side. Also, if you haven't, go listen to Project Farm about screwdrivers, because it's a cheap little Harbor Freight one, and I've already bent it, and it is fresh out of the package. I bought a pack of screwdrivers on a road trip because I needed them. And yeah, these are junk. They do not work well at all. Come on, little buddy. Alright, so that holds probably something I'm missing. I just gotta pop these little screws off too. Yep, same thing. Here we go. These are longer again. Alrighty. So 4 of those. I'll hold this bottom one. Oh, come on, nerd. Alright. No. That's not attached now. What am I missing? What am I missing? Take these off and get this out of the way. Really just trying to find a torn hose, but these hard line fittings really threw me off here. So I did have a buddy a few years ago when I was talking about this thing. He was like, "Oh, just leave it full," because it would only act up when I would get below like half a tank. Like, yeah, man, just leave it full. Just keep pouring fuel in it. Doesn't exactly fix it, and it's going to catch me off guard and be standing in front of it, and all of a sudden my leg hair is going to be all burnt up. ADD's getting the best of me today. I'm just setting things down instead of where they need to go. Alright. I'm glad it's really coming apart pretty easy. But I don't think it's spent a lot of time outside, just inside being used. Oh, some of these screws are the same length, so I'm just going to put them together by size, not necessarily by location, like I was attempting to do. Oh, that's icky. I'll have to wash my hands. Let's see. You guys are stuck in there pretty good. All this unattached, so what's the word? I think I'm gonna have to use you guys. So I'm trying to remove the whole top of this thing off, this, you know, the heater. So the shell, the injection area, and the motor. And I realized that there's this line that runs from here into here. So I'm gonna pull both the lines off, and then if I can get the thing off the little spark, the coil wire, I guess, try and get that off, and then see what I got. I'm gonna have to start cutting my film because my phone's dying because it's cold. It's like I'll just pull the fuel line off for it, and it's solid. It's one solid piece. So there's no way that the rubber's cracked on it. So now I'm gonna look at the listen, guys, I don't know what this shit's called. I'm gonna look at this piece right here and see if it's clogged up. The photocell looked pretty clean, but I'm gonna clean it off while I'm at it. So I was looking at this fuel line, and I was like, I wonder if that's a little rubber grommet. So I pulled it out. There's a little fuel filter in there. It doesn't look completely clogged up, but it looks kind of poopy. So I'm gonna spritz it off, maybe with like WD-40 or whatever. SuperTech lubricant, which is what I use Walmart for everything because it's close. Hate Walmart, but I use it for everything. So I sprayed the little grommet in there, jammed the fuel line back in. I don't really know what's going on with this, but maybe it is just getting low on fuel, and that's why it's causing it to misfire. So we'll see. I'm going to plug it back in here in a minute and see if it runs. Well, I didn't catch it turning on, but I plugged it in and it's running. So I'll let it run for a few minutes and get hot and see if it those prongs get too far apart on a house burner, it'll start popping and banging. So if the same thing's happening here, what it could be. I put the lid back on it to see if maybe it needs more air or something. Well, at this point, I got the cover back on. I've adjusted the air control a little bit on the back side of it. I'll show you there. I'm gonna go get that control here in a minute. There's this air controller here on the back, and if you adjust it, you can feel the air change here. So you adjust it out, and the air stops coming out of here. So if I pretend like that, if I had the cover open, it would continue to turn off. I twisted it out too far at one point, and it actually turned off, and then started barking out flames again. So I just adjusted it back a little bit from that. Seems to be running pretty good now. I'm going to put it on a switch so I can go over and turn it off if I need to, but it seems to be doing all right. So I recorded this video January 23rd, and since then I've used this heater for about 6 hours. I put a couple gallons of kerosene through it, and it's been running like a champ. So all I needed to do was clean the fuel filter, but I didn't know the fuel filter existed until I was, 3/4 of the way through making this video. So I hope you enjoyed it.